the whole BDSM scene for most people is just really frightening. Even if you've read the 50 Shades and you've been turned on by the sort of erotic aspects of it, etc. So it's a way of actually combining two different things that are much gentler. So you're combining massage and sort of light bondage. So you're restricted in your movement. So in a sense, you're getting the whole sort of bondage experience.
You're deprived of one of the senses.
Yes, exactly, which heightens everything else.
Okay.
So look, the way it's done overseas, I think, is a very set way. It's very trademarked, etc., etc. But it's a really great idea to combine massage and pleasure along with bondage.
Okay, so that's where the name comes from, Bondassage.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, got it.
You've gotten it.
I'm a bit slow, but hey.
And there's like that. Well, I mean, like for example, so if you were restricted from moving, so you're tied up in some.
Don't touch me.
Oh, now you're tempting me. No, I won't. But oh, it suits my outfit. That looks great. I'll just leave it there for the time. No, but seriously, if you are restricted, like for example, if you're wearing a blindfold and you're tied up, like loosely and safely, obviously. So I'm not going to go into the whole sort of BDSM safety thing because we'll do something else on that. And then plus there are sites to go and find out that about. But you're using something like this, and you could use it all over the body. You know, so really gently, you can't see, you're restricted, and then you've got that, and you've got gentle massage. And of course, massage brings up all those hormones. You're releasing dopamine. Dopamine's fantastic. Oxytocin, all of those good
I always say,
hormones.
Thank God for dopamine. Okay.
Thank God for dopamine, indeed.
No, because you know, the minute you put on that little outfit, and he thinks he's going to get lucky, the dopamine kicks in. And it doesn't matter if you look like the back of a bus.
So dopamine's really fantastic because dopamine is a blinder, and it's also like a heightened receptor and hormone in the body. I mean, dopamine is also linked to falling in love, as far as I know as well. It's one of the hormones you release when you have that rush of feeling so attracted to somebody and wanting to be around someone.
There's a big difference between love and lust.
Well, I think dopamine is present in both of them.
Have you seen these? They like silk cuffs, so there are two of them. Is that something you would use in your Bondassage?
You know what? Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
You could use that as a blindfold.
Yes, yeah, it can double up. It's also it's safer than and probably a lot more sensual than rope.
Yeah.
Because unless you really like the feeling of rope against your skin, you're going to be looking for something more sensual. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm not into BDSM. You know, because I don't like unpleasant sensations. My pleasure needs to be pleasurable for me. I understand that some people might like the feel of rope, but for me that feels much nicer. It's sensual. Yeah, and you could use that as a blindfold, or in my case, don't get any ideas. You could use that in a lot of ways. I mean, you can even drape that on the skin as a little tassel, so you can get really creative.
Yeah.
And then some basic massage. As a belt. I thought you meant like as a whipping belt. You didn't.
No,
you mean to keep your pants up.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's lots of uses for it. It's really nice. It feels nice too.
Okay, so the whole thing. So basically, you're depriving of a sense. Is it restraint, or is it blindfolding, or could it be a combination of both?
I don't know. I think it would be what you wanted it to be. So, but a lot of people get stuck with BDSM because it's like they tie each other up or whatever, and then they're like, well, now what? Now what do we do?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so we'll take out a feather and we'll tickle each other, or I'll tie more of you up and wait until the blood stops in one of your limbs and I have to, like, free you, and now we can say we've done BDSM. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, I also don't understand the whole BDSM thing because for me it lives in a fantasy world rather than a... Because, you know, I've had somebody slap me on the arse and I went, I don't think so.
Which brave person was that? I'm sure you can't tell us.
But I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah.
So
I see you more being with the whip than getting the whip.
Yeah. I've got the boots to go with it.
Oh, fantastic.
Big red heels.
I like the idea, but I think the reality is something that's quite different.
Yeah. But look, I know a lot of people in the BDSM community who are, you know, average Joes. They go to work, they work in banks and banking and wherever. You know, they're really ordinary people.
You do know we're giving everyone the impression that most BDSM people work in banks.
Oh, no. Well, maybe. No. If it would be really nice if one of us did like bondage so that we could have that discussion. But maybe what we'll do is we'll do an entire show on bondage.
Yes, yeah. And we'll get some specialists in who actually know about it.
A mistress in and somebody who plays in that arena, because it's not something I can talk about.
Yeah.